Good morning. Yeah, we're back here, radio time, and it's morning now. But perhaps maybe when this airs, it may not be the morning. So hopefully, you got your coffee. Well, maybe a soft drink, a soda of some sort. Now that the time is gathering on here, so currently, right now, I have a big old cup of coffee. That's right. So all right. Those of you who've been keeping up here, um, you know, we're doing some things that are a little bit different here on the channel. Guys, some of you may have noticed, and some of you may be questioning why the change of the name of the channel, Stranger Oddities Show. The name really was it was kicking around for a long time. Really wanted to kind of go in a different direction. Not so dramatically different, but in a sense that I kind of wanted to do something different than what the main channel of Batjack JW. That channel stands alone with its own entity, really, and I kind of wanted to be able to do something that was different, that wasn't just more of the same. So that's kind of where that came from. And of course, with a lot of things, I've been really subscribed and watching a lot of these other channels for quite some time now. One of them that comes to my mind really right off the bat is a channel called Pizzao. Really cool guy. He does a lot of stuff that is related to a lot of the old horror flicks and stuff that I believe that him and I are probably the same age, because he really talks a lot about the same stuff and remembers the same things. So it's like he's really cool. That one, and there's another guy named Malfunction. Malfunction. Now I believe he's older than us, but he does a lot of. He got started really with trying to pitch the idea for this horror movie location. Where is it now? What does it look like now for movies such as like Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street, all those old classics from the 80s and whatnot. And what he'll do is he'll go to the locations from certain one of those films and show you and kind of take you through. And he pitched that idea to Shout Factory, which has been doing a lot of re-releasing, a really good job of re-releasing a lot of these classic movies. In fact, if you guys haven't seen it, check out my unboxing of the Friday the 13th box set by Scream Factory, aka Shout Factory, the same kind of company. But they've been doing a really good job of releasing a lot of these old classics. But Sean has been doing like those type of, he pitched that idea like to go around and shoot the location and stuff. So he got the green light on that, and he has actually been doing that on his YouTube channel, showing the footage that he has done and everything. He's been doing a really good job of it. Really cool guy, and once again, this kind of also goes back to where I like smaller channels, and both of these guys are not very large channels. They've got a really smaller following than for say that some of these guys with thousands of millions of followers, and not saying that that's anything wrong, but I want to say they deserve a lot more. But there's something that comes with smaller channels. There's something that comes with these smaller guys. They tend to know who they have. Like in a sense that you're not a forgotten subscriber. I feel like some of these guys, they get so big that they forget who they got. So for instance, there's a couple of this was a night or so ago. Both these guys are doing some live streams, and Pizzao did a live stream thing with, and he actually had director Don Coscarelli on there on his live stream, which was really cool because I got to meet Don Coscarelli. I met him at the Loft Theater at a special premiere for Phantasm, and it was really awesome. And if you guys want to hear me talk about that, go back and watch my video called "He's a Pretty Down-to-Earth Guy," because yeah, he is. Don Coscarelli was such a fantastic person to meet because here it is, like, as a fan, going, just being in awe and totally shocked and starstruck by, here's the director that brought me one of the most cherished memories and movies that I watched growing up on videotape. And he was really cool about acknowledging that, recognizing that, really cool to his fans. Every single one of them signed every scrap piece of paper, DVD, item, artifact, whatever. This guy signed it all. And, he wasn't charging an arm and a leg to sign extra stuff. I've known some of these conventions where they charge you, like, I've heard of outrageous things like people charging hundreds of dollars just to sign something. But he was out there. He brought his own posters. I bought a poster and a book, and he signed them both for me. Really cool stuff. But anyhow, Pizzao had him on the on his live stream chat get together thing. And I actually wrote that in the message board. I actually wrote, hey, and which I just wanted to get it out there because I was really hoping that Don Coscarelli would read it or something, because I wanted him to know from a fan standpoint how much that means to us, that the way he, it's difficult. It is difficult to sometimes acknowledge and not forget your little people. The people. And I think a lot of these celebrities, they forget. Without the fan base, they're nothing. And so, anyway, I wrote out the message, hey, I met Don Coscarelli and this and that. And they actually, Pizzao actually took my comment and put it on the front of the chat for a brief moment. That was really cool. I didn't expect that at all. Didn't want that at all. I just wanted to throw the comment out there because I was hoping that maybe Don Coscarelli would just read it. But no, to have gotten that was really cool to see that. So there again, smaller channel, they're reading that stuff. They're looking at that stuff. They have there's just a certain different attitude going forward with a lot of that. And then at the same time, I jumped on over to Malfunction, Sean's channel, and he was doing a stream thing, and I remember I really liked how he did in his location thing for Halloween 4. He did a little impersonation of the late Donald Pleasance, or he did that. How many were in the bus? He did it really well, and so I typed that into his message board, and he actually read it and did the thing on the live stream. Really cool stuff. So these guys being smaller channels, I feel like you kind of get a little bit more personal with them, and that's something really cool. So I just wanted to kind of shout that out and get that out there. So, but anyhow, as you guys know, I did a little chat on the movie Let Him Go with Kevin Costner, Diane Lane. Actually, the dead giveaway to that is, and it kind of, that's what it told me to. And nothing wrong with this. People take it the wrong way. Diane Lane is the lead. She's the lead woman in that. It's her, and she does a really good job. She carries that stubborn willpower, driving forward kind of thing, and Costner's the supporting act in it. So, but still, is it a movie that was so bad? Like, I know that walking away from it, after 18 minutes of talking about it, was like, is it good? Is it not good? So actually walking away from it, it's worth seeing. Just know ahead of time what to kind of expect. So, and then I talked about Blood Diner, which is another really weird, obscure kind of film that was floating around back in those days on videotape and whatnot that I recall. So, on the other note, some upcoming stuff, which I would love to know what in the world is up with the update, or are we going to see it? The movie, The Highwaymen. With Woody Harrelson, Kevin Costner, the story of Bonnie and Clyde. In a sense, this is a different take on it, because this is like, we're not going to show you the aspect of Bonnie and Clyde. We already know that story. This was a movie that was based on the perspective of the people hunting them, on their point of view, on their, what they were seeing. Now, of course, with the Faye Dunaway and Warren Beatty did their movie some time back, was it 60s, 70s, early 70s, late 60s. Different type of movie. The Highwaymen is entirely different. Really good movie. I thought that Kevin Costner did a really good job. I really like him as an actor. As an actor, he is phenomenal. Yeah, he has aged so well, and I think now that he's older, he's been choosing movies that are appropriate for him. I think he understands what he can resonate with in film the best, and that's how he's going about it. Because he really, Yellowstone is such a great series. He's really doing well with that. And again, it goes to show you, like, he can take on a role like the Highwaymen, where, his character is based in that era. He really pulls it off. He looks like somebody from back then. His haircut, his wardrobe, everything is just down to a T. It's really nice. And that's my biggest problem when they make movies these days pertaining to that time. The actors of, like, Bogart, Peter Lorre, all those guys, Sidney Greenstreet, the list goes on and on, the Cagneys and all that. Those guys are gone. There is no more of those kind of people left. So to kind of make a movie based on that time period or whatever, I think that people just don't really look like that anymore. So you just don't get it. It's hard to get that. But Costner pulled it off, and I think he did a really good job with it. So I'm waiting to see what is the deal with the Highwaymen. Are we going to see a Blu-ray or DVD release of this film? I'm really disappointed that we haven't seen anything like that yet. And being the film came out late or mid last year, and we haven't seen nothing yet. And I know it's a lot of it has to do with because it's a Netflix movie. And yes, if you have Netflix, it's no big deal. I'm not too savvy with that stuff. I'm a physical media guy. I like to own, if I really like the film or really like whatever it is, the book, the music, I either want the record of it or the video of it, physical media. I'm really big on that because it's just me growing up with that. That's what I want. Also, like not too long ago, Amazon actually had the Highwayman on. You could buy it as a digital thing. I did. I bought it for $10. I had it for a while. They took it away. They refunded me. They did give me my money back, but they took away the movie. The movie is no longer available. That's what I mean. It's just like you're under this really big misdirection or illusion that when you purchase these type of movies and stuff on Amazon or whatnot, that you own them. You don't own them. You're just having access to it for a time being. That in whatever that time frame that they decide that, hey, well, you don't have it anymore. So there we go with that. So it's kind of I'm hoping that this thing comes out on physical media at some point. I really do. I really am hoping for that. Speaking of which, update, another one that came out during that time that I really wanted to see is actually now getting a Blu-ray release. The Irishman, directed by Martin Scorsese. You got Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci. Pretty much, for me, like as a fan of a lot of those older movies, great to see Martin Scorsese, Al Pacino, or Robert De Niro, Martin Scorsese, and Joe Pesci's name all on the same movie. I'm a big Scorsese fan. I really think that his movies, a good handful of his movies, resonate really well. They're very realistic, including Michael Mann. He's another one of those that I think are top up there. Of course, Scorsese made one of my favorite movies of all time, Taxi Driver. So, The Irishman, basically, it's another one of those mafia movies. I think this is probably going to be the last one. I hate to say that, but I'm more than likely pretty much set that this is probably going to be the last one where you're going to see these screen greats like De Niro, Pacino, Pesci, and all that, and Scorsese all back together and doing a film. So I have not seen it. I have not seen it because there was a special showing of it at the theaters. I missed out. I just didn't. The time frames didn't work out for me to go see it. Of course, I don't have Netflix or anything like that, so I didn't get to see it there. Also, it's a very long movie. I heard. Let's see. I'm looking at the description right now. What do we have for running time? Let's see. Are they going to? They are not going to give me a running time, are they? Wow. Great job for all the description. No running time, but I heard it's a long movie. I heard it's 3 hours, if not more, of a movie. And of course, they use the de-aging process digitally, which is kind of strange, but I'll see how it looks for De Niro and all them guys. But it's coming out on November 24th. It's going to be released. Criterion is doing the release on it. Criterion does a really good job with their releases. Criterion is such a fantastic company that's doing a lot of these releases. I have, for my Criterion collection, I have The Blob with Steve McQueen, the original one, and I have James Caan in Thief, and I do have another one. I just can't come up with a title right now. But the reason I don't have a lot of them, because normally they're not very cheap. Normally these things are kind of, they come with a hefty price tag. So I'm actually surprised with Criterion doing a Blu-ray release of this thing coming out on November 24th, and it's $20 on Amazon. That's great. That's great news. I'm going to definitely be ordering mine when that time comes closer. I'm definitely going to put in my order and get it. Sometimes, a lot of times too, I'll go to Barnes & Noble and raid their Criterion collection, and that's usually where I buy them. But it depends what's going to happen. I may even go down there and check it out and see if they're going to get it and release it. If not, if they don't have it, I'll probably order it, or I don't know, who knows. Because I do still like supporting Barnes & Noble because I remember when Borders Books shut down. That was such a, oh man, that really just sucked. But places that are like Barnes & Noble, record stores, Zia Records, Bookman's, all these places that I go to, they're still holding strong, and that's why I like to still support them and go in there and spend money. Even though I could probably order it for a couple bucks cheaper, but still, I'll go in there and support them because I want them there. So, anyway, there it is. That's kind of the way things we're moving forward here and doing some stuff. Wanted to talk about those two releases right there. Well, one release for sure. The other one, come on, we want to hear about the news for The Highwayman. I have not seen or heard anything yet of it. Really disappointing there that nothing on that is coming down the pike. So I hope soon we can get something. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next time.